So have I mentioned I've got 75 per second of zinc happening right now? I need, I guess, to make the sticks first. Ew, ew, ew. 3 yellow belts. Ew. Alright. Fine. I have the iron, by the way. It's here. Why did I unstack the iron? I don't know. I should have not unstacked the iron. I'll restack the iron. Why not? I'll restack it and then go from there. So, no, don't do that there. If you're gonna do it in a way that can be scaled. That's the point. If you're gonna do it so it can scale. So build out here. Out here where there's space to build so that it can be scaled. I don't know how I'm going to do this logistically, just for reference. We're going to have to go and get more belt because 120 hydro classifiers. Like, what the hell? To process 15 per second of the grade 2 into grade 3. 120 to do 15. Like, what? That's real slow. Like, that is obscenely slow of a process. 120. And then 60 of the impact crushers to do the grade 1 to 2. At least there's no geometric series here to solve. At least I have that to look forward to. Oh, hey, it's we're gonna have to deal with more things to deal with. Hey, gee, wouldn't it be great if I had a burner line to get rid of some of this stuff? Oh, gee, wouldn't it be great if I had coke for a burner line to get rid of some of that stuff? Okay, so 8 of these, huh? What orientation? That's always, like, the next question to have. What orientation? I guess this way. This is totally making 3 yellow belts out of 8. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. This tab. Yeah, yeah. I dislike. Can I stack you? I, yes. I can totally stack you. Well, I know what I'm doing. Oop, that was off by 1. So if each of these is producing 12. No. That. And that will be less than a yellow belt. Of stacked. Huzzah! Then the input of 24-ish. Technically 22 and a half. Again, that is more than a yellow belt. So in this case, it's the single line, but there'll be another lane. But in this case, it's going to be doing something along these lines. After how many is 15? Exactly 5. So from here... Ta-da! So it'll bring stacked iron in. And then... Yeah, it'll bring stacked iron in, it'll give the yellow belt here. This'll take, a third of the yellow belt-ish of stacked iron in. And take it over to here, unstack, and, give what I need for these. And then it's... 3. I'm pretty sure at a stack size of 2 that these move more than 3. I'm pretty sure they move more than 3. They had better move more than 3. There. 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 Also, there. 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 And there. Okay. I can throw the power connection so that we're all wired up. Speaking of power, we're fine. We're half a gigawatt at this point. I did sort of expand this a little bit. I did sort of expand a little bit on the natural gas fuel processing. These are oil burners. In case you didn't know about these existing, if you haven't really been watching to this point in this playthrough by now. So oil burners exist. And natural gas has a fuel value of 1 megajoule. So these oil burners, in order to produce 72 megawatts of power across 40, in order to produce 72 megawatts of power across 40 of these burners and 80 oil or 80 steam engines, which is exactly the same as the vanilla boilers, it's 72 units per second of natural gas. That's value. That's value right there. 72 units per second of natural gas. Per one of those setups, and I have how many of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 72, which is 720 units per second of natural gas being consumed to produce power. Up to. Which means I have at least 720 megawatts available through just that, plus another 72 through standard coke, but that doesn't have the full fuel to feed it. US or Europe? US, for me, anyway. Most of the people who watch are Europe, which always confuses people when I talk about unit of weight of pounds. Anyway. Because, yes, I am US, but I stream at a time that is more conducive to Europe, and I know this, and it's semi on purpose, actually. This is the time that's good for me to stream. Next. When do I need the limestone? Very end. So next is 40 ball mills. Yay. That is how many belts? More than 2. That is more than 2 belts of output. Oh, this is going to be fun! Oh, this is going to be real fun, because we have to get 3... We have to unstack both of these. Oh, that's good. That's going to be great. How many again? 40? Yeah, okay. This is going to be great. Now, 40 divided by 5. Uh, 8. So every 8, we need to unpack the zinc for the next 8. Alright. So this little thing is going to exist several times. This is going to be a fully compressed yellow belt of the zinc stack in. And it's going to be split 5 times. But it needs to stay out of the way of the iron sticks that also need to be input in the exact same manner from this line that can just die. So remember that the whole point of the stacking is to improve the amount of stuff for throwing on like for throughput to reduce the total amount of belt that you use. Remember that we're reducing the total amount of belt in use. Remember that as what the point of all this is. Is we are reducing the amount of belt that we're using. We're totally reducing the amount of belt that we're using. I don't have enough belt for this, and yes, I'm gonna have to do a lot more freaky stuff here. So that's 10. After the 8th, again, we need to break off that. But you are not going to be able to do that because I need to bring... That, like, so-ish. After how many is... Okay, where am I? You. This is the recipe. Alright, so 8 is the zinc. So the zinc is every 8. The sticks is every 13. Yay. The sticks is every 13. 11, 12, 13. So then I have to do... Yay. This, not there. Yeah, that. At least that's easier. That one's easier because this lane is stacked iron sticks. This lane is iron sticks. This lane is zinc. This lane is stacked zinc. Ah. I can understand confusion. But trust me, it works. It'll work fine. Everything is going to be alright. Ish. Yeah, that, times 40 ball mills. Across 40 ball mills. I'm going to pick up additional belt. More belt is required. Where's my car? Way over there. Welcome to zinc processing. Gotta love setting up zinc. Now, it is, like, we're in our last 45 minutes of the stream today. I would really, really like to have nickel mining as well done. I would really like to do that, because remember what I had been saying the whole time? I don't want to do new things off-screen, which would include nickel mining at this point. Even though it is basically identical to the zinc mining. Basically identical. With the syngas being required. It is a different process, though. It is a different process. It's not as many buildings to process the nickel. Because the nickel is going to be necessary for some stuff going forward. I would have liked to have it. Nickel plate. What did I need the nickel for? Well, I needed the nichrome, I think. Right, stainless steel. Yeah, it's like I can't do stainless steel without having nickel. Yeah, and I'm gonna want stainless steel. I'm gonna want stainless steel because I want the vanilla oil refineries. Because vanilla oil refining is a fantastic way of getting petroleum. Petroleum gas. That would be ideal. Very ideal. But of course, I need the stainless steel as part of the Circuit 2 processing, as well as for blue science. I need hydrogen peroxide as part of Circuit 2s. I need stuff. Things. A setup area calculator? Oh, I don't know. I don't even really know what you mean by setup area. As in calculating the amount of space is required for all the buildings? I have no idea. I sorta can tell you what the belt numbers are. Where am I? Where am I? I am here. Yeah, oh hey, I had belt in my car! My car had belt! Oh boy. Well, here, we're getting more belt. All of the belt. As my beautiful robots keep bringing the iron and such. Oh, that... Cannot insert coal? Why are you trying to insert coal? I don't want coal. Yeah, I don't know if it tells you the build space requirements. Destroy all trees! All trees must die. Also, and if you've been looking around, like, occasionally you'll see, you may or may not see a rock or two on occasion with green health bars. Yeah, that's my car's rock finder working quite well. The rock finder of my car is in very good working order. Some rocks have yellow health bars at this point in time. One or may have yellow health bars at this point in time. Some may even have red on occasion. You know, it's the car's rock finder working really well. It's a good rock finder. I should have grabbed holes. Oops. Well, I guess there's no sense in turning all the lights on quite yet. So let's count. So that's 13, 14. Uh, 20. 40. This is in no way, shape, or form being built to be able to easily scale it, is it? No, if I was actually building this to more easily be able to scale it, I would split this into sets of 8, actually. I'd most likely split this into sets of 8 and then do the logistics that way rather than this way, but we're doing it this way because it's easy-ish. Because this is just the way I happen to be doing it. Sometimes you just gotta be arbitrary. And we're being arbitrary. You know, I would just as an example, I would design it closer to this way. This I can copy and paste. I can take this block and copy and paste this and be able to process another 5 yellow belts of lead. I can copy and paste this to mine another 5 yellow belts of lead. Where else do I do that? Theoretically speaking, I can copy the entirety of everything here on this iron processing. Really, I can go all the way down to here. I can copy this and paste it next door, right in here. I can copy this whole thing right next to it and be able to process another 5, cough cough, wink wink, nudge nudge, another 5 yellow belts of iron. But this thing is gonna have 120 hydroclassifiers going all the way out here. As currently built. Granted, if I did build it more blocky, and if I limited it to its maximal extent, this thing would stretch down a really long way. So it's basically like, pick a dimension. Which dimension would you like to scale on? Which makes the most sense. Anyway, belt logistics. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I will need this setup. Right there. Oops. Wrong direction, buddy. And then counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. For one of these. Yeah, 1. Oops. Remembering that these are the sticks. And this is the zinc. And stacked zinc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need this here. I do hope I haven't miscounted. Whoops. That's the one unfortunate part, is that, the stacking belt boxes can very easily be overwritten. To continue this particular stream, until the turn of this hour. How long do I intend to continue this map? Until it's done. Until quantum computing with 1 science per second of all of the sciences. However, with Pi Alien Life being on the immediate agenda, or being imminently released, the frequency with which I play this map will probably be reduced by a lot. But yeah, this stream, I go until the turn of this hour. It makes for 3-hour-long streams. And I will, what I do is I will continue to work on this after the stream, on this process. I may also just say I'm going to set up nickel as well. Thank you so much for the follow. Just because I've, at this point, with the nickel in particular, I've now shown here, I've shown this information, which is the most important information, in that I will be setting up 5 yellow belts of nickel that will be processed into grade 1 into, from grade 1 into grade 2, 3, and rejects. The rejects into grade 1, the 2 into grade 1, the 3 into grade 4, the grade 4 into molten, and then the molten into plates. That is nickel. It is significantly fewer buildings than the zinc processing that we are currently working on. However, it will be an identical setup on the actual mining of it. This stuff right here, this to produce the syngas. It will be identical. So basically just doubling this, because it will also be 300 units of syngas required to mine the amount of nickel ore. 4 per mining operation, 4 by, or aka 4 per second. In this case, 4 per 1 per second, because the mining drills will output 1 per mining operation. So in this case, it would be 75 times 4, which is 300. I think. I think that's the math. I'm always wrong. Yes, that is exactly 300. Yay! To be correct. Always nice being correct. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So. Hmm. Then from you, I need. Oh! What? Ay. Fine. So, I'm counting sets of 13 for the sticks, and it happens to work out that there's 1 left over. Oh boy. Gotta love when there's just 1 left over. That makes this a little bit simpler. Because then there's no splitter required at the end. It's just go into the belt box, and then, yeah, then you're done. As for this is exactly 8, so that actually doesn't need a splitter either here. And that can just go all the way across, like so. And that's that. That's the belts. That's the belts for the 40 input. Well, the 40 ball mills to input 45 per second and 75 per second. Yeah. Now, the outputs. This lies. By the way, this lies. It's not 15 of all of them. It is 70% of 15 on the soil and half of the stone. So it is precisely, going back to the zinc block, it is going to be precisely 15, 10.5, and 7.5, which that is more than 2 yellow belts of output. Slightly disappointing, but that's the way it is. That's what I'm going to have to deal with is 3, basically, belt lines at minimum. Red belt, then. Red belt can only happen once I get stainless steel, which this whole process of showing this and setting all this up will eventually lead to me having stainless steel. Just for reference, that is actually what I'm working on, technically, or working towards, is stainless steel. You need stainless steel because you need stainless steel for the advanced small parts that will be required for the belts. Actually, no, it's actually directly used in the belts, excuse me. I am occasionally wrong. But you still need the stainless steel for the advanced small parts as well. Yeah, you do need them for that. That would actually just leave nylon. Yeah, that would just leave nylon that I would need for the advanced small parts after the stainless steel. But stainless steel will mean that I need to have aramid set up, which, aramid, which, is that this page? Where be aramid? Aramid. Raw ores. Molybdenum. Yeah, so I will need molybdenum mining as well, and that's going to require batteries, which will require rayon, which, yeah, stuff things. TPA is going to need gasoline, which that's also going to be rather interesting to get at this phase of the game. Uh, yeah, rayon. Rayon is fiber, urea, sodium chloride, carbonyl sulfide, ammonia, and sulfuric acid. That's not that bad to get, but it's a lot of infrastructure. It's a lot of buildings to get all this. When I look at this, I see a lot of I see tholins, and I see urea, and I see a crap ton of raw fiber farms ultimately. But yeah, lots of stuff to work towards going forward. This phase of the game is the longest phase of the game. It is designed to be the longest phase of the game on purpose. Once we have passed this phase of the game, this phase being the production of Circuit 2s and Blue Science. Getting to Circuit 2s and Blue Science is the hardest part. It is the longest part. I really don't want to do the pelt logistics here. The next step is the hydros, right? No, the next step is the impact crushers. Oh boy. How many of those? 60 of those. 60 impact crushers. Okay. How am I gonna handle this? Good questions. These are the identical size. Okay. You there. You're making grade 2 out of grade 1. You also make